Okay, so a few weeks ago I was asked a question on live stream about have I covered all of the London-based Football League and non-league clubs that have played in the Football League, and I've missed one out. It's called Barnet. So we're looking at Barnet Football Club, nicknamed the Bees. Their current home stadium, where they've only been for a decade, is the Hive Stadium. Currently has a capacity of 6,500. They left their traditional home of Underhill at the end of the 2012-2013 season into the brand new Hive Stadium, named because of the nickname of the Bees. The club has an interesting foundation story. It was initially founded in 1888, goes bust in 1902. It's refounded in 1912 as a merger of two clubs, Barnet Abbey and Alston Works, to form the then known Barnet and Alston Football Club before being renamed in 1919 as Barnet Football Club. Now, they have spent most of their history in the non-league. They're a very successful non-league side when it comes to their non-league honours that we'll look at, especially in the Knockout Cup competitions. They were a founder of the original conference, which is now the National League, and they have spent various spells in the Football League, a bit of a yo-yo club. They have been in the old Division 3 at one point, didn't stay there very long, which is now League 1. Most of their Football League history has spent in what is now League 2, the old Division 4. And so they are a bit of a yo-yo club when it comes to the Football League, National League, bouncing around. Can't really establish themselves in the Football League, generally struggle. In the National League, they're pretty strong in the National League, although in recent seasons that has proven more difficult to get out of the National League, as we will discuss. So, before World War I, they joined the Athenian League in 1912. They would remain there until 1965. They then moved to the Southern League, a very famous member of the non-league structure, in 1965. They remained there until 1979. This is a key year because in 1979 the Alliance Premier League is set up. Now, most older fans will know that as the Conference, younger fans will know it as the National League. It is renamed the Conference in 1986. Now, they get promoted to the Football League in 1991, one of the first non-league sides to actually go through that promotion relegation system, because until the late 80s you had to be elected to the Football League, or you had to reapply for your membership to the Football League. By the late 80s, with the new conference system, the Football League and the non-league basically realised the promotion relegation system is a lot better. There's some clubs that are really financially stable in the non-league that could compete in the Football League. So in 91 they are promoted to the Football League. They would spend 10 years in the Football League, including a brief spell in what is now League 1. Most of their existence will be now in what is known as League 2. So the Football League, and they get promoted before the Premier League's a thing. So they actually get to the old Division 3 and spend most of their existence in the old Division 4. They're relegated back to the Conference in 2001. Spend 4 years back in the non-league before promotion back to the Football League in 2005. The year they move into the Hive Stadium is the year that they are relegated back to the National League in 2013. They spent 2 seasons in the National League, formerly the Conference, until they're promoted back to the Football League in 2015, and then they're relegated back down to the National League in 2018, with Martin Allen as manager. In this period, they had Edgar Davids as manager as well. Let that sink in. Edgar Davids was manager of this football club, player manager, for a while in their Football League days, before they leave Underhill and before they go to the Hive Stadium. Yeah. Look how that went. So, great player doesn't necessarily make great manager. Now, I think COVID has hampered their efforts to get back to the Football League. We can see since they first got to the Football League, they have been a bit of a yo-yo side. More recently, in the 2000s and 2010s, it has been very difficult for them to establish themselves in the Football League for a long period of time, but they seem to only stay in the National League for a handful of seasons before getting back to the Football League. This is one of their longest spells since first playing in the Football League that they've been stuck in the National League. As I say, I think COVID has had an impact, plus there are some pretty big clubs who were, some of them ex-Premier League clubs, now in the National League structure. Look at Oldham Athletic, for example. Look how long it took Wrexham to get out of the non-league back to the Football League. So it's becoming more and more difficult for the clubs to get back to the Football League from the National League. Some clubs who have been Football League clubs have now slipped below the National League level to National League North and South, and some have even slipped further below that and had financial issues. So Barnet have stabilised in the National League, but can they get back to the Football League? We shall see what this season brings. Now, their rivalry is very interesting. Enfield Town, the initial Enfield club has gone bust. The Rebirth Phoenix club split. Enfield Town is now their current local rival in the non-league world. Stevenage, who are currently a Football League club, they've had a bit of a rivalry when Stevenage and Barnet were facing off in the non-league and the Football League quite regularly. Wealdstone, um, they're a pretty solid non-league club as well, local rival. Brentford, from their lower league days when Barnet were in the Football League and Brentford were much lower down the Football League pyramid. Good rivalry there. West London, North London, kind of interesting. Boreham Wood, who've had a bit of a lot of growth in recent years. Big local rival, in that kind of North London catchment area, edge of the home counties. And Arsenal. Arsenal do play a lot of friendlies against Barnet in the pre-season, much like Boreham Wood. And it's a bit of a friendly rivalry, but if they were to meet in a cup game, for example, that could get a bit tasty. And a lot of Arsenal fans do come from the Barnet area, sort of into their catchment area of Greater London. So there's a bit of rivalry there. As a non-league side, especially in the cup competitions, including defunct cup competitions, Barnet have been pretty successful. They won the FA Amateur Cup, which is now a defunct competition, just after World War II in the 45-46 season, so when football was allowed to be resumed. The old Conference League Cup, which unfortunately no longer exists, which is a shame, they won in the 88-89 season, so not long before they become a Football League side. The Southern League Cup still exists. They won that in the 71-72 season. The same season, they played an FA Trophy final where they were runners-up in the 71-72 season. So as a non-league side, and especially in the cup competitions that non-league sides are eligible to enter, they've had some pretty good success as a non-league side. How long will it take them to get back to the Football League? Time will tell. One of the most popular videos on the channel is Barnet's relegation video from the Football League in 2018, 5 years ago. It's a very, very popular video on the channel. Clearly, there's a lot of Barnet fans out there. I think it's an underestimated fan base in North London. And the edge of Hertfordshire. I think it does attract a fair few fans from a wider area because of the professional status of the club and the fact they have been in the Football League. So we'll see what happens with Barnet going forward. Can we get back to the Football League in the next couple of seasons? We shall see. It's notoriously difficult. Ask Wrexham fans about that. But from me, for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.